Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative is speaking to Alexander Boyer about Season 4 of Cobra Kai, streaming now worldwide on Netflix. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
It's exciting. I mean, you do acting and you do stunts as well. I mean, how did you get involved specifically with the stunt stuff? I'm interested about that.
With the stunt stuff, I had to give it all to my father. My dad, he's been a stunt coordinator for about almost 20 years now.
Wow.
He's done a lot of big projects. His name is Daniel Boyer. He was on Inception, Pirates of the Caribbean 2, 3, 4. He was on Baby Driver. Just a whole lot of big projects, and he's like a big idol for me.
So you've been around that your whole life then, basically.
Yeah.
Is there any project that he worked on, or just project in general, that you looked at the stunts, and you looked at the fight sequences, and you were like, "Wow, like this is what I want to do"?
Inception.
Yeah, there's a lot happening in that one for sure.
Yeah.
You show up as one of the bullies that's friends with Anthony LaRusso's character in season 4. Your character's name is Slade, I believe.
Yep.
And Slade's just kind of around type thing. I'm curious specifically with this role, how did you get involved with Cobra Kai for season 4?
Well, with Cobra Kai, the head stunt coordinator.
Yep.
His name is Don.
Yeah.
I had to put in an audition because Don is actually one of my dad's like closest friends.
Yeah.
Of course, they worked together on Pirates, a bunch of other projects. But
that's awesome. So you went in there. So did you know you auditioned, but did you know it was gonna be like a bully? Like you knew about that, like what the role was gonna be a little bit?
No, absolutely not.
It was okay. So you didn't know. Okay, gotcha. So you didn't know, but what did you know? What did you know?
I knew there was going to be a group. I knew there was going to be a group of I didn't know if there was going to be like actual bullying, but I knew there was going to be a group of kids ganging up to go beat up a kid.
Yeah, for sure. Which is what we see basically, right? Because the Kenny and Anthony rivalry is big, and Slade and Zach are there as well. There's a lot that's happened in season 4 of Cobra Kai. My favorite thing, I talked to a lot of your castmates about this. I'm sure you've seen the interviews. I love the library scene.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things in all of Cobra Kai. So what was that scene like for you?
For me, well, I'm still young, so I haven't had an amazing amount of time behind the camera.
Yep.
But for me, it was just really fun because that was like my first actual experience of having any sort of role.
Like for acting, yeah.
And getting to meet all the head actors was really cool.
Yeah.
Because that was my second time meeting Dallas Dupree.
Yep.
He's a really cool kid. Also, it was really fun just hanging out with all of them. But I just liked the experience. It was cool meeting everybody.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well too, because we talked about it, and people can kind of check out on Instagram. Everyone's posting a lot of stuff as well. But you're an actor, but you also do stunts. So that is you getting kicked in the library. That wasn't a stunt double. Like you were doing the stunt, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, and what was it like preparing for? And you said that actually was Dallas that kicks you, correct? It wasn't a stunt double.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have to choreograph? Like, did you guys have to do a lot of rehearsal for that scene? Like, what was that? Or did that happen just so quick?
It took 2 attempts. Well, because Don pulled us to the side before we shot, and he was like, "All right, so here's how you and Dallas are gonna fight. Dallas is gonna throw a right hook, then he's gonna do a side kick, and then he's gonna throw a spin sidekick. And I was like, okay.
That scene, I love that scene because, you know, you're chasing Kenny and you go in the library, the lights kind of flicker off and everything, and he's kind of sneaking up on everyone, and you just see Griffin, who plays Daniel LaRusso, like, guys, what's going on?
I thought it was really funny.
Was it fun? Was it fun to watch it back? Like, watch the scene back?
I thought it was fun to watch it back. It didn't go the way that I thought it was gonna go.
Ah, interesting. Like, because it's weird, right? Because you go in, I'm sure you talked to your dad about this as well. You know, you have kind of these ideas of how something's going to look like, but then actually like doing it and shooting it and seeing it can be completely different. I feel like that goes for stunts. I feel like that just goes for dialogue. Like, I feel like it's a big difference in terms of what you think and expect expectation wise and what actually looks like, right?
Yeah. A really big thing is when you're behind the camera, on either side of the camera, it's just always good to pay attention, because anything could come in handy at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the reception like with the reaction from your family and friends when you kind of booked the role for Cobra Kai?
A lot of family thought it was really cool.
Yep.
My brother, who's older than me, he like was really supportive.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
some of my friends just didn't believe me straight up. But
does working on a big scale project like this kind of excite you and motivate you for the future to work on other big kind of projects as well?
it definitely does.
Yep.
And the way that I like to look at it is every single time that I work on a project or start doing anything in this industry, it's not just about the work. It's about building connections, meeting people, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's really, really cool. So I'm sure there's a lot of learning experiences for you on set as well. Is the one that comes to mind working on Cobra Kai, learning experience wise?
I learned not to put your alligator or your armadillo pad not too high, because on the scene where Dallas kicks me in the chair, on the first take that was actually got put in the show. Okay, so I'm supposed to land in the chair, but as if you watched there, you know I missed the chair, right?
Yeah.
I fall. The reason I missed the chair is because I was so focused on getting kicked, because I was supposed to have my alligator pad over like my stomach, but I had it a little bit too high up, and then Dallas, when he kicked, he hit me right in my bladder, and that reaction was real because that hurt. But,
I was about to say there's a big painful reaction because unlike a lot of the other ones, that sequence you can kind of see your facial expressions. Like I find that interesting as well because you know Jaden's character gets Marcus gets tripped, right? But you actually kind of see it, which is interesting. You see your facial expressions, which is really interesting. What is your favorite thing about doing stunts?
Adrenaline. I just think it's really fun.
It's a rush. Absolutely. No, it's a rush like Cobra Kai, which is streaming now on Netflix. Alexander, thank you so much for coming on Pop Turnative chatting. It was awesome chatting with you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
People can follow you on Instagram, right?
Yep.
What's the handle for that?
At Alex Boyer Stunts, no spaces.
Amazing. This has been Pop Turnative, youtube.com/PopTurn for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Alex Boyer, who plays Slade in season 4 of Cobra Kai, streaming now on Netflix, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Pop Turnative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Pop Turnative on YouTube. Be sure to like Pop Turnative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.